Hello everyone! Wario here with another book review! This time I'll be summarizing Teaching What Really Happened by James W. Loewen. You might have heard his name from another popular book, Lies That My History Teacher Taught Me. Well, there's a lot of interesting stuff in the book, so let's dive in! Mr. Loewen wrote this book in 2010, so it's a bit out of date. Schools have only recently started the reforms necessary to follow his recommendations. It takes so long for changes to be made in teaching styles. If it were me, I would make the changes right away. The book is basically a reference guide for teachers to improve the quality of history instruction. It goes into various aspects of teaching, including topic coverage, student expectations, and historiography. After the first half of it, it jumps into a lot of problems with the United States school system, many relating to how we often teach in a ethnocentric way. What is ethnocentrism? Well, if you break down the word, you'll have ethno, like ethnicity, and centrism, like I'm the center of the world. I'm the best! That's how a lot of teachers, and especially our textbooks, have covered the history of the United States. Many textbooks, like the American pageant, only show the great things the United States have done and sweep aside the less positive events, like slavery, Native American displacement, and American imperialism. Now I might be money obsessed and constantly have garlic breath, but at least I don't hide those parts about myself. One aspect of ethnocentrism that Loewen goes deeper into is chronological ethnocentrism. That's when present people look down on past cultures, like Native Americans that were living in North and South America when Europeans arrived. Over time, United States culture has morphed its perception of Native American inhabitants from agriculturists who supplemented their farming with some hunting and gathering and used the land in similar ways to Europeans at that time, to loincloth warrior tribes who were constantly raiding the pilgrims. When we're not depicting them as savages, we're duping them out of Manhattan for $24. It's clear we're looking down on them. Do you see the issue here? Where did you find that photo? Mario, what are you doing? The thing is, we get a big head about how cool we are today and forget that humans haven't changed much fundamentally over the years. The only reason we have such great technology today is due to a lot of dumb luck and slow progress over time. Of course, that's how it worked until it came to me. Look at Jared Diamond's book for more on how that dumb luck works. Let's jump into how you can use this book in your own teaching. Imagine our friend Orbulon decides to visit the planet Earth and wanted to talk to our leader. Such a cliché. If he decided to visit before the Earth had me, Wario, where would he go? It might change depending on the year. Who would he visit in 4000 BCE? What about 400 CE? Depending on the time period, there were different groups of people all around the Earth that might be considered to be the leaders of the world. That would be a fun activity. Get to it, gang! Loewen also had a lot of fun activities surrounding textbooks. He didn't seem to like them very much. What you have to do first is go to a used bookstore, find a bunch of different US history textbooks, and bring them to class. Have the students compare them and see what differences they have. Once they find a difference, walk through the difference with them. Why does one book talk about presidents being slaveholders, but another never mention it? What about the sources for those textbooks? It seems like they never bother to cite them. Having an activity where you look for sources to prove the book claims could be really beneficial to your students. How does that sound, everyone? Now, is this book worth reading? I'd say so overall. It's got a lot of interesting teaching ideas and stories. It's got some great pictures too, even if I'm not in any of them. It has a lot in it about sensitivity to other cultures, mainly Black Americans and American Indians. After a lot of the stuff I've already mentioned, near the end of the book, there's a lot of info on teaching slavery and its long-term effects that's really valuable for covering these difficult topics. These topics and teaching strategies could be very useful for teaching students who have those ethnic backgrounds and are tired of hearing the typical scrubbed clean versions of history. One major flaw of the book is there isn't much on how to implement these teaching strategies in schools that are less receptive to multicultural education. This kind of teaching is becoming more and more accepted, but there are surely parts of the country that aren't prepared for being taught what really happened. I would like more tips on that. I'll teach what I want to no matter what. But what are some poor saps like Luigi supposed to do? Also, the biggest problem of all, there was nothing about me! Wario! See you next time!